Teams have been putting runs on the board here in game two. The only scoreless inning for either team was the second. They each scored one in the first. Breaking ball on the inside corner for a strike. Marcus Smith doesn't necessarily agree. It's 0-2. After Hill took a 2-1 lead in the top of the third, McLennan scored 5 in the bottom of the third. Hill answered with another run in the top of the fourth, but McLennan added 3 in the bottom of the fourth. Hill with 1 in the top of the fifth. Another throw to first base. Butt gets back to the bag. Hatton pushed off the bag a little bit by Butt getting back to the bag. Rebels have been out hit 10-3. Slow curveball. Nice job of holding the hands back by Marcus Smith. I'd like to see him move up in the box a little bit. Catch that thing before it really gets to break to it. Instead of hitting it off the end of the bat, get it off the barrel of the bat. Tried a fastball and missed upstairs. Maybe the first fastball we've seen out of Carson Burke since he's entered the game. There's a right-hander working in the pen for the Hill Rebels. Their third pitcher in this one as we play in the bottom half of the fifth inning. The 1-2 pitch bounces in. Nice job by Cooper to scoop it up and keep the runner at first base. McLennan, a run rule winner in the first one. Chance to maybe do it again here in the second game. Breaking ball stays above the zone. That'll bring a little barking from the first base dugout. Glamorous, thankless job umpiring, but somebody's got to do it. 3-2 pitch is fouled off. Again, a good job by Marcus trying to time that curveball. Marcus hitting .368 on the year. Now he hits that one a ton toward left field. It is treetop tall and over the wall, over the scoreboard. Marcus Smith with a 2-run home run. His 7th round tripper of the year, and RBI is 30 and 31. Finally timed that curveball properly. 3rd home run of this game for the Highlanders. Runs our score to 11-4. Now here's Daniel Harden. He had a solo home run back in the 3rd. Before that, he singled. His last time up, he flew out to center field. Takes a first pitch breaking ball for a strike. Harden 4 for 6 in today's doubleheader with 2 runs scored. His only RBI has been off that solo home run. Has a count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Got out that one off the end of the bat, fouled it into the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hopper out to the second baseman. That's handled easily. Second out, or first out, sorry. 4-3. There's Wojtyla. 4 home runs in the doubleheader for the Highlanders. Gives them 51 on the year now as a team. Breaking ball bounces in. Wojtyla had a solo home run opposite field his last time up. He's 2 for 2 in this one. Hit by a pitch, a double and a run scored in the third, and then the solo home run in the fourth. Takes a pitch on the outside corner for a strike. On the inside corner and low. Fly ball opposite way. It's slicing away from the right fielder, but a good job chasing it down by Vigo Lopez to catch it before it goes out of bounds. Well, after the single and the home run, Burks has settled down for a ground out and a fly out and faces McLean Helton. Helton's been on all 3 times on 2 walks and a single and has scored twice. He hits the first pitch he sees to left field. The left fielder, Sepulveda, squeezes it for the third out to retire the side. Highlanders add 2 more. They do it on 2 hits. No Hill errors and nobody left on base. We head to the 6th with a new score. It's McLennan 11 and Hill 4. Highlanders go to the bullpen for their 3rd pitcher of the game as John Carmichael, a 6-foot, 205-pound sophomore from Destrehan, Louisiana, takes over on the hill for Griffin Lewis, who went an inning and 2/3 in relief of the starter Mason Cook. Lewis gave up no runs on no hits. He walked 1 and struck out 2 in an inning and 2/3. So now it's John Carmichael on the hill facing the bottom 3rd of the Hill batting order. Dylan Martinez, the shortstop, leads it off. And he lines the first pitch into right field for a base knock. Martinez wastes little time to pick up his first hit of the game. One on, nobody out. Here's Dean Ponetish, the designated hitter. Walked and scored his last time up. First pitch, Hacking fouls it off. For Carmichael, this is his 12th appearance of the year, which is the most by any Highlander pitcher. No wins and a loss with no saves. Just 10 1/3 innings pitched, in which he's given up 5 runs, 4 earned on 12 hits. He's walked 3 and struck out 7. Opponent's hitting .267 off of Carmichael, a 3.48 earned run average. Pitch is up high, 1 ball, 1 strike. He just manages to get outs. Just puts it in the right part of the strike zone where the batters don't necessarily get a good wood on it, either fly out or ground out. Throw to first base will chase Martinez back to the bag. Martinez has already stolen base today. That was in the first game. He's got 9 stolen bases out of 9 tries. Another throw to first base. Sweep tag by McLean. Say it's not in time. One and one the count on Ponetish. Fastball misses inside. I suggest you keep an eye on the two schools' websites to find out whether or not Saturday's doubleheader is played on Saturday or not, because of what the weatherman seems to have in store for us the rest of this week, rain-wise. Three-one pitch, fouled off, left side out of play. Our lights were on earlier, but they're off now. We once again have a gray overcast sky overhead. Another throw to first base, another swipe tag by Helton, but not in time. Carmichael to the belt, ready with a 2-2 pitch. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on and grounded into right field for a base knock. The runner from first will end up at third as Marcus Smith gets the ball back into the infield. Hit and run zone. Montage picks up his first hit of the game. Hit number 5 for the Hill Rebels. Now the 9-hole hitter Vigo Lopez at the plate. Vigo singled his last time. There's 1 for 2. First trip to the plate, he popped out to the third baseman. First pitch breaking ball stays above the letters for ball 1. Throw to first base. Diving back to the bag safely is Dean Ponetish. Swing and a miss. Big cut there by Vigo. Looking for his 5th home run of the year. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another throw to first base. No tag attempt this time by Helton. Certainly keeping the Rebels on their toes, but like I say, I don't blame the Highlander pitching staff, as the Rebels have come in with 87 stolen bases in 92 tries. They like to run the bases. They've shown that in the first 2 games here. Fastball checked the swing, didn't check it in time. Rebels had 4 stolen bases in our first game. 6 stolen bases now in the doubleheader. Another throw to first base to keep the runner close. One ball, 2 strikes. This is outside, 2-2. Highlander defense will give up the run for the double play as they play back in the middle of the field. Squeeze toward the second base bag and double play depth. 2-2. Swung on a miss for strike 3. Lopez goes down swinging. First strikeout for Carmichael. 6th strikeout for Highlander pitching. 1 out, 2 on, top of the order up, and Layden Sepulveda. Sepulveda batting in the leadoff spot. Took over for Nick Dunch, who started the game and struck out twice. Dunch rolled into an RBI fielder's choice his first trip. Was his 23rd RBI of the year. But he's 0 for 4 in this doubleheader today. Another throw to first base. This one high and away. Nice job by Helton to corral that one. Highlanders definitely don't want Ponentich going anywhere. Want to keep the double play in order with 1 out. Breaking ball in for a strike. Good hard slider just under the letters. No balls, 1 strike on the left fielder. Put a ball on the board, but it was called a strike. Another throw to first base. 93 stolen bases on the year now for the Hill Rebels. That'll grab your attention as a pitcher. Another throw to first base. There goes the runner. The pitch is swung on. The throw down is not going to be in time. And coming home to score. No, they're going to call him out. They say he went across home plate, and he's out. And the runner's going to have to go back to first base, and the runner from third has to go back as well. So Sepulveda is out, interfering on the strikeout. And the runners have to return, and now Chris Ratajki wants to come out and talk to the home plate umpire. Just a quick conversation about that situation. We had something of that same nature in the first game. Dayton LaChance complained to the home plate umpire and didn't get the call. This time the Highlanders get the call. Another throw to first base. Batter now is second baseman Lane Walton. Singled and scored in the first. Grounded out to first in the third. Ended the fourth with a fly out to left. Carmichael working hard to try to overcome a couple of singles that led off this inning. Another throw to first base. With 2 outs now. We'll see how the Highlanders play it if the Rebels try the double steal. Middle infielders have their feet in the outfield cut. First pitch fastball's in for a strike. That was right at the knees. .64 Lane Walton wasn't sure that was in the strike zone. Another throw to first base. Not as important to keep that runner at first base now, other than he would be in scoring position. Then again, you also want to keep the force on at second base. Another throw to first base. With the left-hander at the plate, second baseman Spencer Butt playing about 2 steps into the outfield grass on the right side of the diamond. Fastball misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Shortstop Sherman Johnson also pinched toward the bag at second. Highlanders expecting Walton to pull the ball if he puts it in play. Another throw to first base. Walton out of Sugar Land, Texas, George Ranch High School. Has collected 43 hits on the year now. Hits this one up the middle. Johnson, the shortstop, gets to it. Throws to first base. Now, unfortunately, they're not able to get the out as the throw was a little bit wide and Helton couldn't hold on to the ball. So Martinez scores from third base on the error by the shortstop. Not sure why Johnson didn't just step on the bag at second. No RBI for Walton on the error. Now here's Sam York. A fly out between 2 walks. He has scored once. A pick off at second base. Tell you what, Ponitesh has to believe that he's being picked on. Had to dive back at first. Now he's diving back at second. Pitch misses outside. 1 ball, no strikes. A lot of pitches thrown by Carmichael here in the inning. That was his 19th pitch of the frame. Gets the called strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Ground ball foul. Third base side. Mason Cook gave up 3 runs in his 3 1/3 innings as the starter. Griffin Lewis went an inning and 2/3, gave up 1 run. Carmichael in 2/3 of innings has allowed the Rebels a run. 1-2 pitch is outside. Tried to nibble the outside corner. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on for the Hill Rebels. Check the swing. Did he check it in time? He did. goes full, so now the runners will get the extra start. Runner at first not being held on. That's Walton. See if the Highlanders try to sneak that first baseman in behind him. Now York asks for time. What are we writing down? First offensive timeout of the inning. I think you get one every inning. 3-2 pitch with the runners off is topped out toward the mound. It's up the third base line. Goitia will pick it up and won't make a play. Swing and bunt for Sam York loads him up. Highlanders should have been out of the inning. But instead, Hill has the bases loaded with 2 outs. And the 4-hole hitter, Aiden Hatton, at the plate. Going to get a conference on the mound, and it may be all for John Carmichael. Carmichael just going to go 2/3 of an inning. He's given up a run so far on 3 base hits. He walked nobody and struck out a pair. But they're going to go to the bullpen for a 4th pitcher of the game. Taking over on the hill. Now for the Highlanders is Gage Goldman. Goldman on to try to get the out here and get the Highlanders bats back to the dugout. Be the 8th appearance of the year for Goldman. He's had 2 starts. Record of 1 win and 1 loss. 13 innings. He's allowed 17 runs and 16 are earned off of 19 hits. He's walked 12 and struck out 20. Opponents hitting .322 off of Goldman. He has an 11.08 earned run average. They go to the left-hander here to face the left-hand hitting Aiden Hatton. Goldman from Victoria East High School down in the Rio Grande Valley, 6'6", 220. He is headed to Nebraska, he's headed to Alabama when he gets through with his time here at McLennan. He's in to try to get out left-hand hitting Aiden Hatton and keep this Hill Rebels from scoring more than 1 in the frame. Hill is, in today's doubleheader, has not had more than 1 run in an inning. The first game they had single runs in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th for their 3 runs. 4 runs in this game, 1 in the 1 in the 1st, 1 in the 3rd, 1 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Now 1 in the 6th. 11-5 our score. Gage Goldman facing Aiden Hatton, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and 2 walks. He has scored 1 run. Bags full of Hill Rebels. First pitch is outside for ball 1. 1-0. Up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. York has shown patience at the plate today with 3 walks. Gives him 31 on the year, and that's the team lead. He's also been hit by a pitch 11 times. He leads the team in that department. That's 38 free bases against 25 strikeouts on the year. 2-0 pitch is up and in. 3 balls and no strikes. Hill trying to get 2 runs in an inning for the first time in the doubleheader. Good chance here with a 3-0 count, but there are 2 outs. And the base is loaded. Pitch is in for a strike. Right in the heart of Main Street there. Hatton still may be taking unless he gets a pitch exactly that he wants to see. Three-one pitch. Down, ball 4. Hatton picks up his 34th RBI of the year on the bases loaded walk. That run goes on the ledger of John Carmichael, second that he's given up. Base is still loaded with 2 outs. 8th batter to come to the plate is Bryce Deason. And he has provided an RBI each time he's come up, on a sacrifice fly in the first, on a double in the third, and on another sacrifice fly in the 5th. Line drive into center field. That'll bring home 2. Runner from first headed to third. He will get there. It's a 2-run single for Bryce Deason. And 4 have been put on the board here in the 6th inning for the Hill Rebels. So they jump into the Highlander bullpen. And again, this inning should have been over. But a throwing error on what could have been the 3rd out has kept it alive. 2 singles and a walk after that. Deason with the 2 RBIs now has 35 on the year. First pitch to Tanner Cooper, the 9th batter to come to the plate, is a strike. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts and a walk. Breaking ball, catches the inside corner for a strike. Pretty pitch from Goldman against the left-hander. Goldman trying to get the Highlanders off the hook here. They're ahead by 3 at 11-8, but the tying run's at the plate. The runner from first heads down to second base. Here's the throw, and it's not in time. Another stolen base for the Hill Rebels in this one. Second by Deason. Now both runners are in scoring position. Rebels have finally put a crooked number on the board. Goldman to the stretch, and the 1-2 pitch is swung and a miss for strike 3. Goldman finally ends it, but not before the Rebels send 9 men to the plate and score 4 runs. They do it on 4 base hits. There was an error, and there was 2 runners left on base. Head to the bottom of the 6th with a new score. It is McLennan 11 and Hill 8. For the Highlanders here in the bottom half of the sixth inning, they send 7, 8, and 9 to the plate. Dayton LaChance leads it off, followed by Cage McLeod and then Owen Smith. LaChance doubled and scored his last time up. Hits the first pitch on the ground deep in the hole at the shortstop. Nice pickup on the backhand. The throw over is scooped out by the first baseman, Martinez to Hatton, for out number one. Now here's the third baseman from China Spring, Cage McLeod. 0 for 2 with a strikeout, a walk, and a run scored, and a ground out to first base. Squares the bunt, pulls back on a pitch up high for ball one. Hitting .292 on the year is McLeod. Takes a pitch for a strike. He was as hot as the 4th of July to start the year. Got the conference player of the week the first week of play in non-conference action. Clubs this one off the end of the bat. The pitcher is able to field it and throw it over to first base to get him out. Good job by Burks to field his position. 2 gone. And now here's Owen Smith. Owen doubled home a run his last time up. He walked in a run in the third and also scored. He also has reached on an error, so he's been on base all 3 times he's been to the plate and takes a pitch below the knees on the inside for ball one. Now 2 for 5 in today's doubleheader with a run scored, a couple of doubles, and 2 RBIs. Brought his season average up to .283 now. Takes a pitch above the letters. 2 balls and no strikes. Carson Burks, the third pitcher of the game for the Hill Rebels. Fastball is still above the shoulders. It's 3-0. Smith with 14 walks on the year compared to 16 strikeouts. The 3-0 is low, ball 4. First walk issued by Burks. He's got an inning and 2/3 now in relief. As the third pitcher for the Rebels. Top of the order, Sherman Johnson, 2 for 3 with 2 triples, a run scored. He was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded to pick up an RBI. He's also had a fly out to center field. Squares the bunt, pulls back on a breaking ball inside for ball one. Four for 7 in today's doubleheader has brought his average up to .245. Started the day hitting .220. 2-0 the count. His average was below 100 about 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, but he has really caught fire as of late for the Highlanders. Takes a pitch on the inside corner for a strike. Johnson came from Dallas Baptist, and he's on his way to being an Arkansas Razorback. Play for former Highlander Dave Van Horn, who's the coach at Arkansas. Checked his swing and fouled it off. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Dave Van Horn, part of that 1980 team that made the first trip ever to the JUCO World Series for a McLennan baseball program. There goes the runner. The 2-2 pitch is swung on, and it is belted out to left field. Left fielder going back to the wall and is able to make the catch as he gets to the warning track. Johnson got a little bit under that one. Didn't quite get enough to get it out of the park. For the Highlanders in the 6th. No runs on no hits, no errors, and one man left on base. We head to the 7th with our score. McLennan 11 and Hill 8. Top half of the 7th inning. Excuse me. Yeah, we are. Bottom half, top half of the 7th inning. Line scored through 6 innings. For the Hill Rebels, they have 8 runs on 7 hits. They've committed 1 error and left 7 on base. McLennan has 11 runs on 11 hits. They've committed 2 errors and left 8 on base. Dylan Martinez leads it off. He started a 4-run rally for the Hill Rebels in the 6th with a leadoff single and scored. 1 for 3 in the game with that run scored. Cage Goldman back on the hill. Pitch bounces in. 1 ball, 1 strike. Goldman able to get the final out of the 6th inning. Now back out for a full inning of work, hopefully, out of the bullpen as the 4th pitcher of the game for McLennan. Fastball misses inside. 2 balls and 1 strike. All other games are final now in the conference. Grayson has swept Vernon 11-1 and 15-10. Weatherford also a road sweep over Ranger 6-4 and 10-2. Pitch is hit out in the right field and it's going to fall in for a base hit. He's thinking about 2, but Marcus Smith will get it back in quickly and keep that from happening. Dylan Martinez now with singles in back-to-back at-bats. Leads off the 7th like he did the 6th with a single. Cisco also sweeps. This is at home against North Central, 9-4 and 8-7. Designated hitter Dean Ponitesh at the plate. 1 for 2 with 2 runs scored. Goldman's first pitch is in for a strike. Throw to first base will chase Martinez back to the bag. Ponitesh 1 for 2 in this one has brought his average up about 23 points from 227 to 250. Now we have time called. We'll get a new 20 on the shot clock, on the pitch clock. Might as well be a shot clock. Fastball on the outside third for a strike. 0-2. Another throw to first base. Mason Cook started the game for McLennan. He went 3 1/3. Griffin Lewis for an inning and 2/3. John Carmichael for 2/3, and now Cage Goldman on the mound. 0-2 pitch. Up high, a throw down to first base, but runner back in time on the back pick. Count of 1 ball and 2 strikes. Goldman has allowed 2 hits in his turn on the hill so far. That pitch is fouled off. Big sweeping curveball that Potash just got a little piece of. Missed up high, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now we got the wind stirring once again, coming in over the left field wall at about 5 miles an hour. Two-two pitch. It's high and inside. And goes full at 3-2. See if the Rebels decide to put the runner in motion here and try to stay out of the double play. He does, and they pick him off, and they'll throw to the shortstop covering the bag. Johnson will chase him back and tag him out. That's a good run down there by the Highlanders as they pick off Martinez 1-3-6 with minimal number of throws. Martinez caught stealing. First time in 10 tries to steal a base. So 1 out, a count of 3 balls and 2 strikes. It's poked foul over the third base dugout. Now the lights are back on here at Bosque River Ballpark. That's lined toward the gap in right center field. Owen Smith on the run will not be able to get to it, or does he? I'll be doggone. He was able to get to that one as well. He has run down at least 4 shots to the gap and one very close to the second base bag that I didn't think he had come up with, but he came up with that catch for that second out. May need to get my prescription changed. I'm not seeing that far out there. Now here's Vigo Lopez, 1 for 3. A single in between a fly out to the third baseman and a strikeout. Pitch bounces in front of the plate for ball 1. Lopez is a sophomore that's headed to McNeese next year. Takes a pitch down. It's 2 balls and no strikes. He's now appeared in 88 games as a Hill Rebel. Collected 72 career hits. 11 are doubles. 10 home runs, 1 triple. Swing and a miss. He was looking to add to his home run total there. Hit 274 as a sophomore, hitting 302 this year. Coming into today's plays, dropped down to 297. going 1 for 5 in today's doubleheader. The 1-2-1 pitch is outside. Goes to 3-1. One pitch, low and outside, ball 4. Walked the 9-hole hitter with 2 outs. First walk given up by Goldman. That is the 7th walk issued by McLennan pitching, and now it's the top of the order in Layden Sepulveda. He entered the game as a pinch hitter in the 4th inning. He's 0 for 2, but has picked up an RBI with an RBI ground out. His first at bat, struck out his last time up. Goldman delivers a 59-foot curveball that gets away from the catcher, and the runner will move up on the wild pitch. First wild one uncorked by Highlander pitching in this contest. We're in the top of the 7th. Highlanders at one point had a 9-3 lead. The Rebels have scored in every inning but the second. Fastball and swung through and missed. Highlanders were blanked in the 2nd and the 6th. Tied after 1 at 2 after the 3rd inning. It was 6-2. Highlanders. After the 4th, it was 9-3 in favor of the Highlanders. Then 11-4, now 11-8. 1-2 pitch, swung and missed. Goldman picks up his first strikeout, or actually his second strikeout. Double check that just to be sure. Yeah, his second strikeout. For Hill in the 7th, no runs. There was a hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base. Head to the bottom of the 7th. It's stretch time at the ballpark with McLennan on top of Hill by a score of 11-8. Two, 3, and 4 for McLennan here in the bottom half of the 7th inning. Spencer Butt, Marcus Smith, Daniel Harden facing Carson Burks. Out for his 3rd inning of work as the 3rd pitcher of the game for the Rebels. He gave up a single and a home run in the first 2 batters he faced, but since then he's only allowed a base runner on a walk. First pitch to Butt is 1 hopped back to the pitcher's mound. Burke will rush over and then underhand it to a first base. 1 pitch and 1 out. here in the Highlander 7th. Brings up Marcus Smith. 2-run home run his last time up. That came off of Burks. Prior to that, he had a ground out and 2 strikeouts. Takes the first pitch below the zone for ball 1. Marcus now with 7 home runs on the year and 31 RBI. 29 hits also include 8 doubles. Ahead in the count at 2 balls and no strikes. He walked 4 times in our first game. 27 walks on the season now. Ahead in the count at 3 balls and no strikes. There is a right-hander working in the pen for the Rebels. Inside, 4-pitch walk for Marcus Smith. Second walk given up by Carson Burks, and the 6th walk issued by Hill pitching. 1 on, 1 out. Here's Daniel Harden. Harden is 2 for 4. Single in the first, solo home run in the third, a fly out to center field in the fourth, and a ground out to the second baseman in the fifth. Pulls back on a pitch that's outside for ball 1. Harden in the day's doubleheader, having 4 for 7 with 2 runs scored and an RBI. Brought his season average up from 321 to 336. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. .40 hits now on the year for Daniel Harden. Throw over to first base, chases him back to the bag. Harden a year ago appeared in 61 games, 58 starts, and had 57 hits. Hit .274 for the Highlanders his first year. Waits on the breaking ball and fouls it off. Pulled the trigger a hair early. Goes to 1-2. Reached after a pitch and fouled it off. Down and away, trying to go the other way with it. Didn't keep it between the lines. 1-2. Again, check the school websites for the possibility of reschedule on Saturday due to weather. But right now, we're scheduled to play at noon, a doubleheader in Hillsboro on Saturday. Breaking ball's fouled off. Count remains at 1 ball and 1 strike, or 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner at first with 1 out. Throw over to first base to keep Marcus Smith honest over there. Marcus has 7 stolen bases in 9 tries this year. Among the team leaders in that department. 1-2 pitch is again fouled off. Harden spoiling that pitch. Daniel will be an LSU Tiger this time next year. Going back to his home state. Grew up in Prairieville. He was a multi-sport athlete, all-star athlete at Catholic High School there in Prairieville. Another 1-2 pitch. Again, he pops it up. It's foul on the third base side. Does it get out? It does. Making Burks work for the second out here in the inning. Still have a right-hander working in the pen for the Rebels. Swung and missed, strike 3. Burks wins that battle to pick up his first strikeout of the game. 2 outs here in the 7th. Now here's A.J. Goitia. Just the 14th time that Harden has struck out this year. First pitch to Goitia is strike 1. A.J. is 2 for 3 in this one. 2 runs scored, an RBI. That came on a solo home run. He's also been hit by a pitch. Last time up, he flew out to right field. Fouls this one straight back behind the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Hit by a pitch earlier. He's been hit 8 times now this season, along with 24 walks. That's 32 free bases against 25 strikeouts. 0-2 pitch with a runner off is up high. The throw down is not going to be in time, and it gets away and headed for third base, and getting there safely will be Marcus Smith. So we'll give him the stolen base. Not sure who you give the error to, the shortstop or the catcher. I'm going to give it to the shortstop because I don't think he made much of an effort to hold on to the ball. It's going to be the second error of the game for the Hill Rebels. So a runner just 90 feet away for Goitia. Going to pick up his second RBI of the game. His 4th of the day. Takes a pitch up high. 3 for 6 against the Rebels in today's doubleheader with 3 runs scored and 3 RBIs. Been producing runs for the Highlanders. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Off speed and bounced in. Nice job by Cooper to keep it out front. Keep Smith at third base. Clayne Helton waits on deck. Payoff pitch. Taken for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Burks. Ends the 7th inning as the Highlanders get no runs on no hits. There was an error, and there was 1 runner left on base. We head to the 8th with our score, McLennan 11 and Hill 8. Pitcher number 5 of the game taking his warm-up tosses for the Highlanders as Isaac Goddard takes over for Gage Goldman, who went an inning and a third in relief. He gave up no runs on 2 hits. He walked 2 and struck out 2. So now it's Isaac Goddard on the hill for the Highlanders. 6'3", 200-pound sophomore from Cedar Hill, Texas. He's on his way to Arkansas next year. Goddard, his 9th appearance of the year. Each outing has been somewhat short. 8 1/3 innings. He's only given up a run that's earned on 4 hits. He's walked 3 and struck out 8. Opponents hitting 143 off of Goddard, who has a 1.08 earned run average. Lane Walton will be the first batter for Goddard to face. And the first pitch is a changeup in for a strike. Goddard has been lights out of the pen for the Highlanders this year. That misses outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the 8th. Called a strike. Got the bottom part of the zone on the outside third. Walton is a little disgusted with the call. Now he has to protect. Walton 2 for 7 in today's doubleheader. Now has 43 hits on the year, hitting .316. 1-2 pitch. Lights him up with the fastball and strikes him out. First strikeout for Goddard. 10th strikeout for Highlander pitching. Eighteenth time that Walton has struck out this year. 1 out. Now here's Sam York. He is just 1 for 2 with a couple of walks in the game and has scored twice. Singleton scored his last time up in that 4-run 6th inning for the Rebels. It got him a lot closer. First pitch breaking ball, called a strike on the outside third above the belt. Highlanders had an 11-4 lead going to the 6th, but a 4-run 6th inning for the Rebels has made it a 3-run contest. Slider on the inside third for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. See if Goddard's out for just an inning. And they go to Cade Weibel in the 9th, or if they let Goddard try to get a 2-inning outing. Pitch is hit into center field. Owen Smith going back toward the gap, lopes over toward the warning track and makes the catch for out number 2. 2 outs, and now here's Aiden Hatton, the first baseman. He is 0 for 1 officially in this one. With a strikeout and 3 walks. Hatton's just 0 for 2 officially in today's doubleheader. Swing and a miss. No balls and 2 strikes. He has walked 4 times and been hit once in today's doubleheader. But his average has dropped below 300 to 294. Goddard trying to have a 3 up and 3 down 8th inning. Won't get it with that pitch as it misses outside. Hatton walked and left stranded in the first, walked and scored in the third, called out on strikes in the 5th, walked with the bases loaded to pick up an RBI and left stranded in the 6th. Goddard's 1-2. Just misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty good nibble there, though, on 1-2. Breaking ball, nips him, got a piece of him. First hit batter for the Highlander pitching staff of the game. It's a 2-out base runner for Bryce Deason, who's been trouble. He's got 5 RBIs in this game. Sacrifice fly in the first, RBI double in the third, a sacrifice fly in the fifth, 2-run single in the sixth. Takes a pitch on the inside corner for a strike. The double was just his 4th of the year. He's appearing in his 24th game, getting his 18th start. Game 36 of the year for the Hill Rebels. 2 outs and a runner at first, and throw it over there to keep him close. 5 RBIs in this one for Deason. That's given him 16 now on the year. Ground ball up the middle in center field for a base hit. The runner from first will stop at second base. Deason picks up his 3rd hit of the game. Three for 3 in this contest makes him 4 for 6 on the day, and has taken his season average from 222 to 267. So 2 aboard with 2 outs. Now here's Tanner Cooper, the catcher. Well, we're going to have a discussion on the mound before that happens. Peter Stark, the pitching coach, out to talk over things with runners at first and second and 2 outs. Part of this is a discussion with his pitcher. Part of this is also going to be a reminder on defense as to what the situation is here. Basically, the infield, get the out at the nearest bag. Quick meeting between Peter Stark and the pitcher Isaac Goddard. Goddard got the first 2 on a strikeout and a flyout, but a hit batter and a single has opened the door for the Hill Rebels. They have the tying run at the plate here in the top half of the 8th inning. Tanner Cooper is 0 for 3 with a walk and 3 strikeouts. 0 for 4 in today's doubleheader and takes a first pitch strike. Now Goddard wants a new baseball. I think we're actually getting some sunshine as the sun sets in the west. That'll make things a little difficult on the right side of the diamond as the sun sets behind the third base dugout. 0-1 pitch is a bit high. Top half of inning number 8. The Rebels have not made it easy for the Highlanders. Pitch is down. 2-1. Again, Grayson has swept on the road. Weatherford swept on the road. Cisco sweeps it home. Highlanders trying to sweep it home as well to try to keep pace with Weatherford and Grayson. Pitch is swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Goddard checks his runner at second. Kicking the pitch. Misses inside. Goes full. Runners will be off with the pitch. Hatton at second. Deason at first. A 3-2. On the ground, up the middle, into center field for a base hit. Runner will score from second. Runner from first ends up at third. Cooper's first hit of the game. Delivers his 29th RBI of the year. It makes it a 2-run ball game. Tying runs are on. Go ahead and run at the plate. Hatton scored from second. Deason went to third. Runners at the corners with 2 out. Dylan Martinez at the plate. He has a single the last 2 times he's been to the plate. He's 2 for 4 in the game. Squares to bunt. Pulls back on the pitch inside for ball 1. Martinez now 3 for 7 in today's doubleheader with a run scored. Breaking ball bounces down. Goitia smothers it. 2-0 the count. Fastball on the outside corner at the belt for a strike. 2-1. Pitch misses.
Come on, Isaac, right here.
3-1 offering. That's lined up the middle, but Johnson's there to catch it before it gets into the outfield. Shortstop playing the middle of the diamond, able to take that away. For the Hill Rebels in the 8th, they get a run. They do it on 2 base hits. No Highlander errors. And 2 runners were left on base. We had the bottom of the 8th with a new score. It is McLennan 11 and Hill 9.
I know they got plenty of young blood left in them. And 29 on a pink sky, you taught them to enjoy. So clean the house, clean the drawers, mop the floor, stand tall. But no one's ever been here before or at all. And don't you mention all the inches that are scraped on the door frame. We all know the tiptoe got the 4-1 back in the way. If you could see him now, you'd be proud. Though you think days are boots. The funeral is beautiful. I think I've heard you coming.
Carson Burks out for his 4th inning of work as the 3rd pitcher for the Hill Rebels. He faces 6, 7, and 8 in the Highlander batting order.
You bailed him out, never said a thing about Jesus or the way he's living.
Leading off for the Highlanders, Boston, so the 8 pitches will be number 6. For playing, Hill.
Clayton Hilton starts it off for the Highlanders here in the 8th. They got 11 runs in the first 5 innings, but have been blanked the next 2. Burks gave up a single and a home run in the first 2 batters he's faced, but then he has blanked the Highlanders since then, allowing 2 base runners on walks, and that's it. A bunt up the third baseline by Hilton's going to go foul. He's 1 for 2 in the game with 2 walks, a single, and a flyout, and he scored 2 runs.
Here we go, 6. You got it.
Takes a pitch inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hilton now hitting .377 on the year, 2 for 5 in today's doubleheader.
Come on, Josiah.
Breaking ball bounces right in front of the plate. 2-1. Popped up, left side, down the line. The third baseman going over and can't get to it. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Hilton. Hilton back to the left side of the plate. Looks out to the left-hander Burks. His 2-2 pitch is up high and goes full.
Don't miss it, Josiah. See it.
Too high. Ball 4. Hilton has a leadoff walk for the Highlanders. Third one issued by Burks, and the 7th one given up by the Hill pitching staff. Now here's Dayton LaChance. Leading RBI guy in the conference. Picked up only 1 RBI today. Got 46 now on the season. Pitch bounces off a home plate for ball 1. 2 for 7 in today's doubleheader. One of those 2 hits is a double. He had a sacrifice back in the 3rd inning. He's also grounded out twice and had a double and scored a run. Takes a pitch below the knees. 2 balls and no strikes. Couple of right-handers continue to work in the pen for the Hill Rebels. Throw to first base, back standing is Hilton. Highlanders have picked their spots to steal bases this year. They came in with 61 stolen bases in 76 attempts. And stolen bases up and down the lineup. A big swing and a miss by LaChance. Looked like he was out in front of a changeup. Only one Highlander who has come to the plate has not stolen a base, and that's Owen Egan. Up high, 3-1. Shot's going to look for a pitch he can drive to a gap. Here with a 3-1 count on him.
You got it.
No chance, ball 4.
That's a great AB right there. Here we go, Big 7.
Well, the first two have reached by way of the free pass. 8 walks is now issued by Hill pitching. 4 by Burks. He may be running out of gas here in his 4th inning of work. Now faces Cage McLeod. McLeod's 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. He's also struck out, 2 ground outs. Chris Ratajki, the head coach of the Hill Rebels, out, and looks like that's going to be it for Carson Burks. They have made the call to the bullpen. Burks goes 3 complete innings plus a couple of batters. Has given up 2 runs on only 2 hits. He walked 4 and struck out 2. Go to the bullpen for the right-hander. As soon as I can pick up a name or a number, I'll pass it on. New pitcher is Dalton Hoffert, 5'8", 150-pound freshman from Tomball. The 4th pitcher of the game for Hill. For Dalton Hoffert, this will be, according to their stats, just his 2nd appearance of the year. He picked up a win in that first appearance, throwing 3 innings, giving up no runs on 4 hits. He walked 4 and struck out 5. Opponent's hitting .308 off of Hoffert, but he's got a 0.00 earned run average. Again, just the 2nd outing of the year for Dalton Hoffert. I have to believe maybe he has had an injury situation that has kept him off the hill. He's called upon here with 2 on and nobody out in the bottom of the 8th, trying to keep it a 2-run contest as his teammates have taking what looked like a potential runaway for the Highlanders. They have scored the last 5 runs to make it close. 2 on for Cage McLeod. Well, McLeod likes to jump on the first pitch. Throw to second base, or fake a throw to second base, trying to see if McLeod might be squaring to bunt, and he did not tip his hand at the plate. McLeod 1 for 6 today in the doubleheader. But he has scored 3 runs thanks to walking twice. Does bunt it up the third base line. The third baseman can't catch it in the air, but he'll be able to throw to third base and get the out there. They go to second. They got the out there. They get a double play off of it. Great defense by the Hill Rebels. Ends up being a fielder's choice for McLeod. The Highlanders would have been better off if he had caught the fly ball. But Helton is out 5-6. And LaChance is out 6-4. And those leadoff walks have now been erased off the base paths. A runner at first base with 2 outs for Owen Smith. Big play by the Rebels here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Fastball misses outside for ball 1 on Smith. He is 1 for 2 in the game. Reached on an error. He's also walked twice, a double, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. Breaking ball's in for ball 2. Owen Smith's now scored 22 runs on the year. Hits this one in the air. Slicing foul down the right side. They're going to get out of play. Owens raised his average 10 points in today's doubleheader from 273 to 283. Going 2 for 5 with a couple of runs scored. His 2 hits are both doubles. He's picked up a couple of RBI today. 2-1 pitch. He's on the outside corner for a strike. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Runner at first base, not much of a lead over there for McLeod. And the pitch just misses outside. First base dugout wanted that one called strike 3. So that fills it up. Top of the order waits on deck. Sherman Johnson. Runner being held at first takes off. The pitch is fouled off over the first base dugout, out of play. McLeod will have to return back to first base after the wind sprint. Another 3-2 pitch on its way. Call strike 3. Smith goes down looking, thinking he had ball 4. Highlanders in the 8th getting no runs on no hits. There was no errors and 1 man left on base. We head to the 9th with our score, McLennan 11 and Hill 9. New pitcher, 6th pitcher of the game for the McLennan Highlanders as Cade Weibel takes over on the hill. 6'5", 210-pound sophomore out of Round Rock. He's on to try to pick up the save as he faces 8-9-1 in the Hill batting order here in the 9th inning. Trying to protect a 2-run lead. It's 11-9 as Cade Weibel takes over for Isaac Goddard, who went an inning, gave up a run on 2 hits, walked nobody, struck out 1. Weibel's first pitch slider hits the outside corner for a strike. Weibel's 10th appearance of the year, got a win, a loss, and a save. In 11 innings pitched, he's allowed a run that's earned on 4 hits. He's walked 8 and struck out 15. Another slider that clips the outside corner. No balls and 2 strikes. Opponent's hitting 129 off of Weibel, and he got a ERA of 0.82. This is the ace of the staff. This is what he is here to do, is to save games at the end and call strike 3. Bonatish goes out looking on 3 straight pitches. Weibel picks up his first strikeout. 10th strikeout of the game for Highlander pitching. Actually, 11th strikeout for Highlander pitching. 1 gone. Now here's Vigo Lopez. Takes a pitch for a strike. Weibel out of the bullpen, throwing nothing but strikes. That's lined into right field. It's going to be a base hit. Lopez didn't get a whole lot of that, but just enough of it to shove it out into right field. That'll be the 11th hit of the game for the Hill Rebels, and brings the tying run to the plate. And Layden Sepulveda. Nope, we're going to get a new hitter. It'll be Centex. Taking over now in the leadoff spot, Jacob Centex, 5'11", 250-pound freshman from Australia. He takes first pitch for ball 1. Just the fourth game for Centex to appear in. He is 2 for 2 at the plate with a double, no RBIs. Takes a slider outside corner for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Jacob Centex, not used much. And here in a gamer situation, has the tying run here in the top half of the 9th inning. Weibel's slider is fouled off. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Third batter to come to the plate in the leadoff spot. Nick Dunch was 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. Sepulveda was 0 for 3 with an RBI groundout and 2 strikeouts. And now it's Centex at the plate. 1-2. Misses outside, picked up nicely by Goitia to hold the runner at first base. Weibel trying to close this one out for the Highlanders and secure the home sweep in the first 2 games of the 4-game series. Slider just misses the outside corner. Goes full at 3-2. Our overcast is about gone. Nothing but blue skies off to the west. Payoff pitch. Slow curveball in for strike 3. Centex goes down looking for the second strikeout. Strikeout number 12 for Highlander pitching. And now it's up to Lane Walton, the second baseman. His 6th trip to the plate. He has scored twice, singled and scored in the first, reached on an error in the 6th and scored. Takes the first pitch for a ball. He's also grounded out to third, flew out to left, and struck out his last time up. That was against Isaac Goddard. The 1-0. Slider hit the side corner. That pitch has been working wonderful for Weibel. It looks like it starts in the right-handed batter's box and then just finds a little part of the plate on its way to the catcher. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Tying run at the plate here in the top of the 9th. Fastball misses the outside corner. 2-1. Highlanders won the first game 13-3. Rebels trying to keep this one alive. Ground ball into the 6 hole. Stopped by Johnson, but that's all he's going to be able to do is stop it and keep the runners to just one base. Lopez goes to second base on the infield single by Walton, his second hit of the game. Now the tying runs are aboard, and the go-ahead run is at the plate, and Sam York. York 1 for 3 with 2 runs scored. Walked a couple of times, a couple of flyouts to center fielder Owen Smith, who had to run one of those down. First pitch is a slider that swung on and missed for strike 1. Two outs. Step on any bag to get it out on the infield. Slider, swung and a miss for strike 2. Liable a pitch away from picking up his second save of the year. And giving the Highlanders the doubleheader sweep at home. Fouled off over the backstop. A strikeout, a single, a strikeout, a single has given the Hill Rebels an opportunity to tie it or maybe take the lead here in the 9th. But they're down to their last strike. Weibel delivers. It's driven into right field for a base hit. Marcus Smith will pick it up and get it back into the infield. The runner from second will score. York with the RBI makes it an 11-10 contest. Lopez scores from second. And now here's Aiden Hatton, who is 0 for 1 in the game with a strikeout. That's in between 3 walks and a hit batter. He has scored twice. First pitch. This is inside for ball 1. Now, why do we have a timeout called? Going to get a new pitch clock. Or should. 1 ball and no strikes. Hill Rebels trying to make a game of it here in the 9th. Swing and a miss. Hadn't tried to put that one in the Brazos. 1-1. Breaking ball misses, catches the outside corner. So once again, the Rebels down to their last strike.
Right here, come get him.
Tortilla going to go out and talk to his pitcher. Want to be sure they got the right pitch in the right situation here. Rebels have the tying run at second base and the go-ahead run at first, but there are 2 outs. One more strike is all the Highlanders need. One more hit is basically all the Rebels need. The pitch, popped up foul. Stays at 1-2. Just misses.
Come on now. We got
Ground ball to the second baseman. Bud has it, goes to first base, and that completes the ball game. 4-3 in the ninth inning for the Rebels. They get a run. They do it on 3 base hits, no Highlander errors, and there was 2 runners left on base. Our final score in game 2 is McLennan 11 and Hill 10. Hill gets 10 runs on 13 hits. They committed 2 errors, and they leave 12 runners on base. For the McLennan Highlanders, they get 11 runs on 11 hits. They commit 2 errors, and they leave 10 runners on base. Winning pitcher, I'm going to give it to Cage Goldman for his inning and a third of no-run work as the 4th pitcher of the game. Cade Weibel comes in to pick up his second save of the year. This game ends at 7:13, which is 4 minutes shy of a 4-hour ball game. We play for 3 hours and 56 minutes as the Highlanders run their record to 24-11 on the year, 12-6 in league play. Hill drops to 22-14 on the year, 6-8 in conference competition. As the Highlanders sweep the doubleheader at home, winning the first game on the run rule 13-3, and hanging on in the nightcap to beat Hill 11-10. 2 teams scheduled to complete the 4-game series in Hillsboro on Saturday if the weatherman